Hey guys, I just wanted to pop in real quick and just do a quick review of Bo Burnham's 8th Grade, which I watched last night. This is a 2018 film, the debut feature from Bo Burnham, and I didn't really expect much from it, to be honest. I'm not that big of a fan of Bo Burnham. I thought I knew who he was. I mean, obviously I've heard his name before, but I thought he was the guy who made such songs as E equals MC Vagina and stuff like that. But that's John LaJoie, and I had them mixed up. So I don't know that I've ever actually watched a Bo Burnham video. But anyway, I watched the film last night, and I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. I mean, I didn't think I would relate to it as much as I did, because I'm not a girl. I think growing up as a girl and being in middle school would be a totally different experience. But like, I related to a lot of the stuff that they represent in the movie in terms of being in middle school and being, the quiet kid, and obviously making YouTube videos, which I'm doing right now, and just going on. And that's something I thought was interesting about the film in terms of Bo Burnham's voice and having him make a movie about that experience of being in middle school, and the experience of middle school in 2017 or whenever the movie was made, and just putting yourself out there, growing up in middle school with Snapchat and Instagram and YouTube, obviously, and all that stuff. And I thought he has an interesting voice in terms of telling that story, because he is a YouTuber and he was there at ground zero of YouTube. He was there and he was YouTubing in like 2006 or whenever. And it was just interesting for me because I was doing that stuff like 2008, 10 years ago. And I was making my own YouTube channel, and I was trying to get out there even back then. And I was making the dumbest of dumb videos. Just, me like rolling around on the floor and making videos with sock puppets and just ridiculous stuff. And that's all since been deleted. But here I am, still YouTubing. But it was just interesting, that story coming from him. And he did a great interview on the H3 podcast where he talks about all that stuff and talks about what kind of YouTube has turned into today. And how it's less about just random content creators, and it's less about random people, making their own little shows, than it is about movie trailers and, just promoting fucking music videos and whatever, which I'm not totally against. I still see it. I think it just depends on who you subscribe to. I still see a lot of strange people in my feed, and but I do think the majority of people probably just use YouTube to watch, Jimmy Fallon videos and, whatever mainstream stuff is out there. It is kind of like a network in a way. But anyway, back onto the film. Like I said, I really liked it. It was interesting to go into that perspective and see this girl come up through the ranks of 8th grade. And I thought it was kind of strange from the scenes. I thought for the most part it was like super realistic. And even though those kids are a little bit different than me, they're still pretty similar. I mean, I grew up with the internet too. I just didn't have... The internet wasn't as advanced when I was in middle school. It was just, you got on a laptop, you watched YouTube. You didn't have smartphones. You didn't have, all these apps, Instagram and Snapchat and whatnot. That stuff came around for me when I was like in late high school. But I still grew up with the internet though. But like I found some things in the movie strange. So there's one scene where they gave her a tour of high school, like saying like, this is where you're gonna be next year, you better get used to it. Or not you better get used to it, but like, we're gonna show you around. And that never happened for me. I mean, obviously it's different for everybody at every high school, but I thought that was a strange scene. And they were walking around, holding each other's shoulders, in a line as if they're 5th graders, and I found that really bizarre. I thought that was like kind of an exaggeration of how coddled middle schoolers are these days, but maybe it's not. I don't really know how things have changed. But anyway, like I said, I liked the film a lot more than I expected to, and it was very emotional. And I thought that the main girl was fantastic in it. The dad was really good. Apparently, he's in that movie Alive, about about these people that crash in a mountain in the Andes Mountains. And I've seen the scene he's in. Well, he might be in the whole movie, but it seems like a pretty crazy movie. But anyway, he was really good in it. It was interesting seeing that character, like a single dad, pretty youngish dad, raising this young girl, and I wonder if Bo Burnham has kids, or like why he tried to tell this story in this specific way, like tell it from the female perspective, if he has a daughter or anything. But I'll have to look that up. But anyway, it was definitely a really good movie, and I would definitely recommend it. And tonight I'm gonna be seeing a very similar movie, mid '90s. You know, it's kind of like the polar opposite in a way. It's the same yet the opposite, because you know it's about like a middle school aged kid coming of age and growing up, but you know with eighth grade it's a girl, and it's very modern. It's basically, you know, taking place right now. And with mid '90s, it's a period piece, and it's a boy. But anyway, and they're both directed by actors. Well, Bo Burnham's a YouTuber, but he has acted. So the interesting comparisons there. And you know, mid '90s, of course, being Jonah Hill's debut feature. But anyway, I'm gonna see that tonight, and I'll probably pop in for a review of that too. But thanks for watching, guys. As always, like and subscribe. You know, do me a favor and do that. And you know, comment if you feel and so inclined. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.